Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-journeying back in time to explore one of the most action-packed and profound books in the Bible, the Book of Judges. It's a period of history that's raw, intense, and filled with powerful lessons that still resonate with us today. Imagine this: after the death of the great leader Joshua, the nation of Israel finds itself at a crossroads. They have the promised land, but they lack a central leader to guide them. For the next 300 years, they fall into a dramatic and predictable cycle. It's a cycle that serves as a powerful reminder for our own lives. So, what is this cycle? It starts with peace and prosperity, but soon the people of Israel would turn away from God. They would forget the miracles He had performed for them, the commandments He had given them for their own good, and they would start worshipping the idols of the surrounding nations. This disobedience wasn't just a small mistake. It was a deep betrayal of their covenant with God. And every single time they turned away, the consequences were severe. Without God's protection, they became vulnerable. Enemy nations like the Philistines, the Midianites, and the Canaanites would rise up and oppress them, subjecting them to harsh rule and suffering. In their distress, broken and desperate, the people would finally remember God and cry out to Him for help. And this is where the story gets truly incredible. Despite their repeated rebellion, God, in His infinite mercy, never turned a deaf ear to their cries. He always heard them, and He always responded. How? By raising up a deliverer, a judge. These weren't judges in the modern sense, sitting in a courtroom. These were charismatic military and spiritual leaders, handpicked by God and empowered by His Spirit to rescue His people. We meet some unforgettable characters in the Book of Judges. There's Deborah, a brilliant prophetess and the only female judge mentioned. She led the armies of Israel with wisdom and courage, securing a massive victory against a technologically superior Canaanite army. Her story shows that God can use anyone, man or woman, to achieve His purposes. Then there's Gideon. When we first meet him, he's hiding in a wine press, afraid of the Midianite raiders. He's full of doubt, asking God for sign after sign, but God saw the heart of a warrior in him. Through incredible faith, Gideon took an army of just 300 men, armed with trumpets and torches, and routed the entire Midianite camp. It was a victory so impossible that no one could claim the credit except God Himself. And who could forget Samson? A man set apart from birth, blessed with supernatural strength from God. His story is a tragic one, filled with personal failings and poor choices. He was impulsive and often driven by his own desires rather than God's will. Yet, even in his lowest moment, blinded and enslaved by his enemies, Samson cried out to God one last time. In his final act, God granted him the strength to bring down the Philistine temple, delivering a decisive blow to Israel's oppressors. So, what can we take away from these epic stories? The Book of Judges is more than just a collection of ancient war tales. It's a mirror reflecting the human condition and the very nature of God. It shows us, with startling clarity, the destructive consequences of turning away from God and following our own paths. It reminds us that our choices have real-world impacts. But even more importantly, it showcases God's incredible, persistent, and relentless love. It reveals a God who is patient, merciful, and always ready to forgive and restore his people when they turn back to him with a sincere heart. The cycle of sin, suffering, repentance, and deliverance is a testament to his faithfulness, even when we are faithless. But this ancient book speaks directly to our lives today. We all face struggles. We all have moments where we feel distant from God or make choices we regret. The story of Judges gives us hope. It tells us that no matter how far we've strayed, the path back to God is always open. He is always waiting, ready to hear our cry and offer his deliverance. If these stories of faith, failure, and redemption have sparked something in you, I encourage you to explore them for yourself. There is so much more depth and wisdom to be found in the pages of the Holy Bible. If you don't have a copy or would like to get one for a friend, I've placed a link in the description below where you can get your own. Let these timeless truths guide your steps and strengthen your faith. Thank you so much for watching. If this video blessed you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. We'd love to have you as part of our community. Until next time, stay faithful and know that you are loved.